What's up, everybody? As you can see by the title of this video, we are talking about my story with anxiety and depression. So we're gonna zoom in here to have a little bit more intimate conversation. So my worst, I was up until 2 a.m. wondering if the parking garage was tall enough for me to jump off of. At my best, which is right now in this moment, I love my life. It is freaking amazing. I'm so grateful for where I am. And I wouldn't change a thing about my life right now. And I'm ecstatic. So how did I get here and how did I get to that low, this high? Started out in middle school as a couple schools, went into one middle school, kind of was in between friend groups, kind of lost the place. Nothing really out of the ordinary for starting out middle school. It's a weird time for a lot of people. Then in 7th grade, my uncle died. That was really hard on me. I started to become really, not really quiet, but a much quieter kid than I was in elementary school. I started to really care about what people thought of me, like so much to a fault. And I embracing yourself and your uniqueness was not something that I could do. I was trying to conform to what I thought would be popular, didn't really know who I was, and then I just continued into high school, never really having really strong friends until later in high school. Fortunately, I did track and field and excelled in pole vault, and that kind of saved me. Forming friends in track and field, friends through different schools, friends through the club that I trained at, because I never went to a single party in high school. I was not a very outgoing kid in high school. I was one of those kids who had a lot of acquaintances, could talk to in school, but outside of school, didn't hang out with a ton of people. And so that also is probably why I excelled at pole vault, because I just put all my time into that because I wasn't doing anything else. And then in college, I started out at the University of Tennessee as a track athlete. It was my dream. I was an SEC athlete at my dream school, and for the first couple of weeks it went really well, and then I realized that I just didn't fit in. I did not make friends very fast. It was like you get to a school as a freshman, and within the first couple of weeks everybody kind of figures out this person's probably going to be my close friend and who I'm going to hang out with. And for me, I did not find that, and I did not drink as a freshman in high school, and I was surrounded by that nonstop. I didn't fit in, and I was like, you know what? Maybe if I transfer schools, this will solve things. So literally around my 18th birthday, when I was at Tennessee, I decided that I wanted to transfer. And I got released to a bunch of schools, ended up picking Akron. So for the spring semester, I transferred to Akron and was like, you know what? Literally, I can remember thinking in the car on the way there, I'm going to do everything in my power to make friends here, be the version of me people want me to be, not who I really wanted to be. And it started out okay. I still did not drink, and that was all right at first. I think I drank like twice that entire semester, and I just didn't really like partying back then, and it was really hard to make friends and fit in outside of track and classes with people, because in college that's what a lot of people do. And I actually ended up quitting the track team because I wanted to focus more on academics, and I was getting into my business classes. I wanted to focus on that. And after I quit track, the semester was okay. I had a couple of close friends that I was always at their place doing homework. And then summer came. I took a ton of summer classes. I was decent friends with the guys I lived with. But once that next fall semester came, which would be my second year in college and my first fall semester at Akron, it was like I wasn't going back to track. I was finding a whole new friend group. I had a girlfriend at the time. I started going to Ultimate Frisbee, started going to Reformed University Fellowship on campus. And I was like kind of making friendships all over again, and we got back into the point of like being horrified to be myself, and developed crazy social anxiety. I am talking, I had a class 2 times a week for 15 weeks. That would be 30 classes. And I literally went to that class 5 or 6 times. I passed, but my social anxiety was so bad that I didn't go. I was horrified to go. I didn't feel comfortable in the class. I stopped going to Ultimate Frisbee. I would literally sit in RUF with my shoulders rolled forward, like knees together, hands in my lap, like uncomfortable. And it was something that I was so socially anxious that it made me really depressed. And I felt like I didn't belong anywhere, didn't have a lot of people who cared about me. And eventually some friends noticed and were like, you should probably go to the campus counseling center. So I called them and they told me, yeah, in about 3 or 4 weeks, you can come in to get screened because we are slammed. And I was like, what? I'm telling you I need to come in because I'm anxious and depressed and you're not even going to see me for almost a month. So that sucked. Then I went in and filled out a patient health questionnaire. Now that I know that because I'm in healthcare now. And she looked at my answers on that, talked to the psychologist. She was like, you do seem like you have social anxiety, but not sure if you seem depressed. And I was like so taken aback. This was like November or beginning of December of that fall semester. And I mean, there's nights where I was up till 2 a.m. like wondering, what if I, walk outside in a bad area of Akron and something would happen to me? I don't care. Is that parking garage tall enough for me to jump off of? Never acted on anything, but I would be up till 2, 3 a.m. with these thoughts. And then she told me that I could go see a psychiatrist if I was interested in being on medication. Like, kind of weird. She was like, do you want to go on meds? Just go to the psychiatrist. And so I went that week to the psychiatrist, and she prescribed me 6 months of an SSRI, anti-anxiety meds, and like 30 pills for Xanax. And eventually, start taking the meds once I physically had them. And the psychologist was like, if you actually want to do regular therapy, we can't see you until like next semester. And it was going to be like 6 or 7 weeks out. And I was like, I'm trying to tell you that I need help. And you're like, month and a half, man. Just because they didn't have the capacity. And to tell somebody that who is struggling with their mental health felt awful. And so I never actually went to that next appointment. I was so turned off by that that I was a no-show, which is like a healthcare term we talk about. And so I had the meds. I had all those meds and never talked to another provider again. I never talked to another therapist or psychiatrist there again. And January, February, it was really bad. I was on the meds, but they take a little bit to kick in. For the second time ever in my life, I actually put a slight cut on my body. That time it was on my thigh. The first time ever was actually in 8th grade on my wrist. It was super, super small, so much to the point no one noticed. But I couldn't wear shorts for a little bit there. I had to be really careful about wearing shorts. And eventually it kicked in, and it got to April, and I noticed, so I had been on them for 4 months then in April. And I had taken the Xanax, 5 or 6 times for my panic attacks. And eventually I think there was 2 days where I was I forgot to take it the past 2 days. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to be on meds forever. So I stopped taking them without talking to any licensed healthcare professional. I forgot to take it for 2 days. So I took it, skipped another day, took it, skipped a few days, took one, and then just stopped. and weaned myself off of the meds. I never took another one after that. And fortunately, I never went back to that much of a low. I got into, my phone's ringing. I not graduated, but I finished that year of school. So my second year was over, summer came around. I was actually in a job that I kind of liked. And started to actually get better mentally. I started getting into classes I really enjoyed. I was in a startup. I won $10,000 in a pitch competition. I loved my classes, crushed a capstone project. I got hired by that company, and was so focused on the future and after college, and was just doing so much business stuff my senior year. I was like finally doing the stuff I wanted to do, and I had finally found friends in the business school who were motivated like I was, where I really felt like I found my place. Took me till my last year of college, but I eventually found it. And then met a mentor the summer after I graduated who introduced me to the law of attraction, but really he introduced me to the amount of control we have over our mindset. And that was something that I never even thought of before. It was like meditating or thinking about my mindset, trying to control my mindset. And so the law of attraction really helped introduce me to like the power of positive thinking, but also, you know, getting out of that victim mentality. Like things aren't happening like to me. Like there's no like thing that's like bad stuff's gonna happen to Nick today. It was just in my head, like why is all this bad stuff going on? And it really helped me switch my mentality around, that I had control. It helped me look at things in a more positive light. It helped me have a hell of a lot more gratitude for my life. And there's so many things now that I'm thankful for that I just did not think about back then. And so for the past year, like I would not change my mindset or mental health for anything. It has been absolutely incredible. I work for a medical technology company. I'm an account executive. I'm only 21. I live in Orlando, Florida. I moved across the country. And really for me, what it was like I finally put all my time and energy into what I wanted to do, found individuals with similar mindsets at the time, and started really focusing on my mindset. You have so much power over your mind, and it takes a lot of conscious effort. But doing conscious things, saying what you're grateful for. When you first wake up, put your feet on the floor. I am thankful for today. I'm thankful for XYZ. Every once in a while, like taking a deep breath and looking around at like something that brings you joy. Doing a lot of these like little conscious things really helped to change my mindset. Creating a dream and a vision board. Right behind me is pictures of New York. I'll zoom out even more and show you guys, like right there, those sticky notes are like motivational words, and it says million by 25 because that has been my goal, that I want $1 million in my bank account by the time I'm 25. It says, you know, what problem can I solve? And like one of those is I'm super passionate about mental health, obviously, and I want to do my part to help out with mental health awareness, be an advocate, and just help out others too. And you know, it says stuff like YouTube, books, things that I constantly want to be doing and things that I should be doing to progress. So that is kind of my story of how I went from several years from middle to high school to college to like really getting to a low point in my life where I had a lot of bad thoughts at 2 and 3 a.m. to now I feel like I'm in total control of my life. I love my life, wouldn't change a thing. There's so many opportunities I have, it is insane. So let me know what questions you guys have for me. Any other questions around what helped me, my story, I am happy to share with others. And I look forward to what you guys think of this video. This is the first time I'm ever being this transparent about my story, but I think if it helps one person, then it is worth sharing. So, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you liked it. There's gonna be a lot more videos to come, a lot more happy videos to come. So stay tuned, and I will see you guys soon.